She always used to chase after cats, patiently gaining their trust and befriend them like some kind of cat whisperer. Whenever successful, which was almost always, she'd memorialize the occasion by having a picture taken, like a big game hunter of old posing with her quarry. Kinda miss that side of her. Maybe a picture of my own remind her of the good old days. The thought stops me in my tracks, and I study the cat in question. It's just sitting there, gazing over the water as if saying, "Yep, I rule this place." Which, in fairness, it probably did by the looks of things. Looking at the time, I noticed that I have plenty of it. I could at least try to get her a picture. What could possibly go wrong after all? But how should I approach? Better take it slow here. Slow and steady wins the race, and after all, I'm not the sorceress cat whisperer herself. I would hate to spook it now, from what was clearly, even to me, a favorite spot of theirs. Not that this cat looks particularly skittish. It has a very well proud bearing. "Hello there, kitty," I speak softly while closing the distance. When I'm merely a few meters away, it gives me a casual glance out of the corner of its eye. I get the idea and stop. Satisfied with my response, it resumes watching over the still water. I could easily just take a picture of the cat's back and call it a day, but my professional pride berates me for even considering such a notion. It may not be the cuddliest cat in the world, but I will get a good photo one way or another. The cat seems to rather enjoy the view of the water. Ever so slowly I walk up to the edge, maintaining respectful distance to the cat and sitting down with my legs crossed. The late summer's evening sun shrouding the city in a pink glow, not even the faintest breeze disrupting the mirror-like surface of the water. I glance at the cat. It's basking in the sun with closed eyes, savoring the warmth. The moment is here. With careful, deliberate movements, I fish my phone out of my pocket and lean in for a picture. The picture perfectly captures the serenity of the scene. Not wishing to disturb the cat any longer, I get up and walk away. Oh, bitch, look at that picture! Why is your phone cracked, bro? The reply comes through so fast it feels like I got it before I even sent the message. That's a gorgeous photo! The cat looks like a stray. How did you manage to get to school? Tell me. I just took my time with it. I took a page from your book. Gotta learn from the best. The best? I wouldn't go that far, but thanks. Did it take long to get to that point? Not really. It didn't seem to mind being in the vicinity as long as it could keep track of me, and I did nothing hasty. Strays are often kind of chill if you don't bother them. Be careful though, they can be unpredictable. Kinda got that vibe, yeah. I will be. Almost forgot, thanks for the picture. I think I'll make that my new home screen on my phone. Good chat, Ro, but I need to hurry up now. Lost more time than I thought here. We're going to work. Work went by as usual, and it was over in no time. Dawn is lurking around the corner as I'm heading for the bakery. All the little shops are closed, but the bakers are already at their battle stations, churning out their goods for the breakfast rush of the coming day. Thanks to having friends in high places, also known as the owner, I'm allowed to sneak in through the back door and get my grubby hands on bread early. Roselle said she didn't want any, but I'll get her some just in case she changes her mind. Besides, you can never have too much bread. No, no, go back. Oh, okay. I saw that. Alright, here we go. As I leave the bakery with my precious baked goodness, I notice a cardboard box next to the door, which apparently is the residence of a charmingly fat cat sleeping inside. Clearly it's been cared for to some extent, as the floor is draped with a cozy-looking blanket, and somebody's made it a little roof to keep the rain out. Is it a new tenant on the street, or am I selectively blind, and it's always been here? I can't recall. Looking around the nearby areas, strangely littered with glass jars. Inspired by the success of the earlier cat encounter, I decide to add to win further glory by attaining a second triumphant moment, one to make Roselle the cat whisperer proud. I drop my bag and crouch down next to the sleeping cat, or what I thought was a sleeping cat. It opens an eye and looks down at me lazily. Those chubby cheeks appear to be destined for cuddling. Testing the waters, I tentatively reach out with my hand, but meet no resistance. I caress its head and it peacefully closes its eyes. It looks like a smile, appearing content. A soft purr follows, and an outstretched paw closes and opens gently. When I unwittingly touch the cat's chin, it presses its head against my hand. I remove my hand and look at it quizzically. The cat looks back at me with steady eyes, with that oddly satisfied face of a person who knows they'll get what they want. The cat looks back at me with steady eyes, with that oddly satisfied face of a person who knows they'll get what they want. So just keep tracking for a second and let me know if it's better. Difference being, this is a cat. Hesitantly, I reach back under the chin and yet again it pushes against my hand. Finally catching on to this advanced form of communication, I give it a good scratch and see the grin-like face of an excessively happy cat. Down? After a while I grow tired of the whole affair and stop. There's cuddling, and then there's spending a whole day standing in the back alley. The cat jumps down to stroke its body against my knees, persistently asking for more cuddles. I can feel the tiredness lurking, the mental image of my bed calling me home, but instead, I would appear to have been confiscated by this cat. Every time I make an effort to get going, it gets in the way of my feet, causing me to nearly trip over it in order to avoid stepping on the cheeky bugger. While Ro's not here, she could still have a good laugh at my expense if I can nab that picture. The conundrum remains, however, how to get enough space through the nabbing of said picture. Maybe I don't need to create distance. I fumble with my pocket as I continue petting the cat with the other hand. In the position I'm sitting, it's difficult to get it out of my pocket, and I struggle for the moment. Finally, I prevail against these insurmountable odds, place a camera in front of us, and snap a bunch of photos, hoping that at least one wouldn't be a blurry mess of a disaster. I go through them quickly, and there is one close-up picture of the cat's face that didn't end up looking like the photo was taken from inside a tumble dryer. It will have to make do. A few more cuddles later, I manage to extricate myself from the situation and start off in the direction of home. Oh, look at his face! Oh, it's so baby! While perhaps not the best interaction on my part, this picture turned out kind of great. Wow, how did you manage to take this one? After many trials and tribulations, I managed to nab it in the end. That and approximately 42,372 others that turned out rubbish, but that's besides the point. Did you get along well? Kind of, not bad, not great, I don't think. I was thinking of trying to feed it. That could work. Just don't give it raw fish or something. That could make it sick. Don't worry, I won't. What a day. Keychain rattling in my hand, I unlock the door, shutting it behind me. Dumping the bag on the floor by the wall and trudging on over to the kitchen for a bite to eat before bed. I trundle past Rose's door, shut, as always. Just a faint blue light leaking through the door frame. She must be on the laptop again. Finally arriving at the counter, I have myself a few pieces of fresh loaf before dragging myself into the living room and to the TV. Flopping into the couch, I watch whatever happens to be on, lazily munching away. There's a documentary on about life on the African savannah. It'd be just her thing. After a few minutes of deliberation, I get up, going over to Rose's room and gently knock on her door. Hey Ro, you up? Yeah, what is it? Can I come in? Sure. Why don't you come hang out with me? There's a wildflower special, oh wow, wildlife special on. There's lions and everything, just like we always used to catch. There's a few moments of silence. I'd rather not. I want to be alone. Knowing when not to overstay my welcome, I wish her good night before gently closing the door and heading back to the couch. Alright, what's her problem? What's wrong with her? Never having been one for sitting around, come afternoon I treat myself to a walk. Some might think that walking is a bit of a peculiar, but in a city like Paris, it really is. There's always something beautiful to see, something exciting to discover. I've been walking around this city virtually every day for years, and it still never bores me. On the contrary, it helps dislodge writer's block and distract me from other woes. One of the streets and spots I always come back to, though, is this little old street passing by the small park. The trees happen to make for a great spot to just get away from the sun on a hot day, an added bonus. Suddenly I spot an orange fuzz in the periphery, and I instinctively know it's a cat. It's funny, the things that you notice when you're actively looking for them. Well, it's either that or I've been afflicted with cat-engineered nanomachines altering my perception, which in all honesty is a touch unlikely. Oh, look at you! It's so cute! I'm so kitty! Rather than a fully grown cat, this one's a mere kitten, playing with the leaves beneath a tree. Playtime is disrupted, however, when a pedestrian tramples by, startling the little creature. You jerk! After having taken cover by the tree for a while, it tentatively returns to its game, soon blissfully distracted. I'd love to join in, but I don't want to frighten it again either. Considering how that person stole me by scared the poor little thing, I should probably let it know I'm approaching beforehand so that I don't scare it again. Walk closer, careful with slow, deliberate movements, quietly calling out to it. Hey little friend, don't be afraid. Turns out kittens don't do well on the whole. No! Oh no, I don't want to do that. If it's unaware of my presence, then surely it can't be scared, right? Whenever the kitten's distracted by its play, I approach with soft, quiet steps, gradually making my approach. At a short distance away, the kitten stops, looking directly at me, which would likely indicate that it's now aware of me. I avoid looking directly at it, acting as if I don't know it's there at all. The kitten doesn't resume playing, but it doesn't appear to be terrified or even particularly bothered by me either. I should try to build its trust. Well, it's obviously a rather playful sort. Maybe that'll help me befriend it. The tree beside us has kindly enough dropped a twig on the ground that looks like it could double as a cat toy. Picking it up, I give it a try, drawing a figure of 8 in the air. But I've never played with a cat. Sure, it can't be too complicated, but how should I go about it? Is still a question that needs answering. Well, I've never owned a cat. I've spent a few minutes here or there on the internet, and as an inevitability, seen a cat video or two. While I didn't have a crumpled piece of paper on a string to bounce around above the cat, the twig might do a I lean forward a little bit to better position it above the cat, trying to make enticing motions with it to get the attention of the kitten and excited to play. No, I want a good picture. No. With the kitten being easily scared, I feel like it would be detrimental to be too aggressive. Instead, I start with the stick some ways off, starting slow and carefully adding speed while changing directions. The kitten's eyes are soon set on the tip of the twig and following it curiously. With the kitten's intention, I dare go closer, and as the stick passes by, it swats after the stick with its paw. After another gentle swoosh of the stick, and the kitten jumps in, chasing the toy to its full extent. It pounces on it and holds it down with its claws. I let it have its victory before carefully jiggling it out of its grip. The kitten's eyes are brimming with light. It is something Roselle must see. I fumble with my free hand as I continue to distract the kitten with the twig. I manage to get a hold of my phone, turn the camera on, and get the picture taken. Instead of taking my leave right away, we play some more, but a group of loud youngsters startle it again, and it scurries off. I'd love to meet it again. Aw, look at the kitty! With not a small sense of pride, I relay the brilliant image to Ro. Clearly, I am not the only one to recognize its quality. It has to be the cutest thing I've seen in ages. I know I've never spent as much time with cats or other critters as you have, but it's easy to see the appeal now. They're lovely, aren't they? Such an adorable little kitten with the bell and everything. I wish I had a cat like that. It reminds me of my first one when I was a kid. If that cat was anything like this one, it's easy to understand your obsession. I'll be home soon. I can see her begin to type, then stop, erase, and type again. This goes on for a little while until the word okay shows up. A bit underwhelming maybe, but at least I roused her for a little while. When I get home, I enter Ro's room. Just wanted to let you know I'll be visiting the bakery lunchtime tomorrow. Need to grab a cake for Rico from work's birthday. If you want to come along, I'm sure the cat will be there. I think I'll rather stay here. They say it's going to be very hot out tomorrow. But if you do see it, you know the rule, right? Right. When you see Cat for a second time, you must name it. I remember. I'll head out again and go to work soon. Good luck. When down by the canal, I keep an eye out for the scruffy cat, but I don't run into it again. Oh. Work turns out like usual, pretty uneventful. To be honest, I'm more excited at the chance of seeing that cat again than to celebrate my coworker. I should get the cat something. It looks like one that would appreciate something edible. I'll take a quick detour to a grocery store, and I quickly find myself in the small pet aisle. I have no idea what the cat likes, and the pastry of the jars littered around in its bed pop into my mind. Maybe they had contained something it liked, but I can't quite remember what label it had. What should I buy? Damn. Oh, fuck. Ah. No. There we go. It had kind of looked like an olive jar. No, it had been an olive jar, but it feels like a very weird thing to give a cat. On the other hand, Ro likes them, and she is approximately half cat, so maybe. I find a jar of sliced green olives. They feel like a suitable size. As a backup, I buy a small package of cat treats as well. Wouldn't hurt my chances. When I reach the bakery, I find the cat resting in its makeshift bed. Good afternoon, kitty. The cat raises its head and lets out a heavy, drawn-out yawn, exposing a line long of teeth. It blinks slowly at me as I reach out with my hand to pet its head. Roselle sends her regards. She has sent me here with the intention of gifting you a name. What will I name this cat? This cat will be named... I think it suits you. Meow. I'll take that as a vote in favor of my suggestion. But back to the issue at hand. Will Ember enjoy the olives? After a brief struggle, I get the lid off the jar and the characteristic pop, drawing Ember's attention. Getting one out of the jar, off to the cat. It flops onto its back, tapping at the olive with its paws. I bring the olive closer, and it taps at it again like a food critic inspecting a meal's qualities. Then with a smooth, slow motion, it takes the olive and eats the whole thing. I never would have believed cats could like these things, but Ember just ate one. The cat sniffs around, scanning the air for more olives to devour. When it realizes that there's certainly more in this jar of mine, it pulls out every trick in the Hustler Cat's handbook. But I have a better idea. If it enjoys these things so much, why not make Ember work for them? Now, what should I attempt to teach Ember? High five. Ember has already tapped my hands with his paws to get its snack, so I feel like the basics are there. I enclose the morsel in my hand and extend it. Ember sniffs at my hands and tries to reach it, but when it can't, it sits down and reaches out its paw. When it touches my hand, I reward the cat with its treat. I repeat the action, and Ember clearly, at least almost as quick, thinking as Spherical catches onto the intricacies of my tap my hand, get tasty food. However, whatever's worth doing is worth doing properly. High fives are no exception. I place another between my fingers, leaving my palm empty. Ember still taps it, gets the prize before waiting patiently whilst I reload with treats. This time, I try to say high five before extending my hand, then removing the bounty from sight. Ember pats the hand again, gazing expectantly upon it, only to be surprised when my other hand is there rewarding it. What? We repeat this a number of times, and while I doubt that my voice command does much as the cat most likely just takes the visual cue, I'm very proud of the results. I pat Ember on the head, infusing my tone with an affectionate lilt as I praise the cat. However, there are other factors to consider, such as Ember seemingly not lacking food, and that I might end up overfeeding the little fellow. A cuddle couldn't do harm, though. Nope, gotta go back. Oh, we gotta start all over? Oh my god. Ember lies perfectly still, earning a thorough belly rub. I realized that I had already spent much more time with Ember than I had intended, and I need to pick up that cake already. Hesitantly, I give Ember a last pat on the head before saying my goodbyes and escaping into the bakery. It's bustling with more activity than usual. When the owner scurries by, I receive the great news. Business has been going well, and they were moving to a new, bigger place not too far away. Thank you for the photos, they were nice. However, that kitten, was there anyone with it? No, I thought it was alone, I think. Isn't that strange, for a kitten to be all alone, I mean? I guess, but it had a collar, so it might just live nearby. She doesn't look convinced. You know what, I'll see if I spot it on my walk and make sure. That would be great. Alright, time to find the cat. Just before leaving, I put the cake in the fridge and make my way to the old pedestrian street again. Oh, man. I'm surprised to see the kitten sitting next to the tree, just like it had the other day. It feels a little strange to find such a young cat out here all alone again. I'd like to have a closer look at its collar. as it might have a number or an address on it. The kitten is sitting next to the tree trunk looking at the passerby. It looks healthy, so somebody must be feeding it at least. I really hope that I'm just overthinking it. From our last meeting, I know I should be careful when I approach it. No sudden movements or sounds that will scare it. Having made my approach, I speak to it softly to get its attention. Hey little friend, we need a proper name for you too, don't we? What do you think of that? The kitten glanced at me with big eyes, which are decided me in approval. This reminds me that I still have cat treats in my pocket. Maybe Blaze will like them. But I'm not the only one with eyes for the kitten. The kid separates from his mother's hand to chase the kitty. Blaze runs away, but in my direction. I can't let it get away. It's probably for the best to let it run. The kid's caught by his mother, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. I follow the kitten around the corner and find it hiding in a doorway. Its body is pressed into the corner, its eyes watching me carefully. The ordeal has gotten me pretty close. Maybe I have a chance? Well, there's no twigs to use for play, and even if there were, I'm not sure that would be a good idea. Maybe a bite to eat would help the little creature feel at ease. The situation isn't exactly what I'm used to, but I believe in the versatile powers of food. I crouch down and toss a treat carefully so it lands next to the kitten. It snaps its eyes on the new object and sniffs the air. When it's convinced it won't move again, it sneaks up on the treat and eats it. When it finished, it sniffs around the ground for more. I throw another one, and the projectile makes Blaze shy away before quickly returning to eat the food. I throw the treats closer and closer to me so Blaze can get within reach. However, Blaze becomes aware of that and grows more careful, approaching the treats, backing away when it has grabbed it. It's a slow process, but I get the kitten close enough. I slowly pick out a few treats and place them on my palm. I extend my hand slightly in front of me, making sure the kitten can see them. Blaze looks at them but hesitates, so I throw one of them halfway between us. The kitten crouches down and sneaks up to the treat, carefully watching me. After snacking on the nearest treat, it looks curiously at my hand, stretching its head out. It takes a reluctant step towards me, and I have to stay completely still, movementless like a statue, a gargoyle on Notre Dame. Or maybe not a gargoyle, they come to life, right? As Blaze gets closer, it grows braver and walks up the last steps to smell my hand. I feel its whiskers tickle my fingertips, but I still stay. Blaze takes the first treat, and I can clearly hear it snap as it bites into it. One after another, the treats disappear until my hand is empty. I know Blaze won't like it, but I'll still have to grab it to check its collar. My hand eases closer and picks the kitten up. I quickly press it against my chest to stabilize it. Blaze tenses up as soon as I touch it, but feels slightly calmer after a few seconds. There you are, such a good kitty. I try to soothe the kitten and gently stroke it with my thumb. When it has calm, I place it on my lap to check the collar. When that is done, I loosen my grip and stroke the kitten gently to make it forget my manhandling. Then I have to let go, and Blaze scurries away, but I don't think we are back on square one. I leave some treats on the ground in case it comes back, and leave. As soon as I get home, I walk into Rose's room. I got a number. Blaze had one on its collar, and I followed your rule. I named it. I also forgot to mention that I named the bakery cat as well. What are we waiting for? Call it. I type in the number and let the signals go by. They go on for longer and longer. No answer? Doesn't appear so. I'll have to try again later. Well, keep me updated. I will. Go to work. I try to call a few more times. Eventually I give up and head out for work. There are slow news days, and then there's dead news days. I need to get something published today or my boss will get on my case. Might as well have a stroll and see if I can at least find something worth writing about. The city beautifully lit in the dark as I find my way down to the talk path is probably one of the prettiest spots around here. Another advantage it has going for it is the fact that for some arcane reason, almost nobody ever goes there, rendering it a quiet place for thoughts to be had. My pondering is interrupted by aggressive growling and a tremendous noise near the bridge. My curiosity is getting the better of me, and I silently walk over to check the source of the racket. In the glow of the lamplight, this group of cats staring at each other, hissing and swatting their paws. 4 of them seem to be working together against a somewhat larger, rougher-looking one. Could it be the same one as from the other day? It looks like it, and it appears to be in trouble. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to name the cat. I don't know what to name him. Right, Thatcher. Clearly, you run this town. Thatcher starts walking, and I follow along at a comfortable distance. We follow the canal, a part of the city I'm very familiar with. Ooh, I fucked up. I gotta start all over. Four against one is hardly sporting, so why not even the odds? soda can just grasped me from the cap. This place is beautiful. How can people decide to just drop whatever rubbish they're carrying here, of all places? You should have put sauce on it. That's gross. Ugh. Damn it! Do I have to start all over? Oh my fucking glob! This is killing me. Okay, cool, or whatever. At least we know what to do here. We're gonna... No! Oh, I'm gonna start over. Okay, we're gonna pour the water. We did this, we did this. This is Thatcher. Oh! I keep making the wrong choices. Pour the water. Still clutching the paper in one hand, I crouch down again and reach out a tentative hand. Thatcher sits still and follows my hand's movements with that look I never can quite interpret. It's all or nothing, for glory, for honor, and to potential dismemberment. I reach for the top of its head and touch its rugged fur, weathered from a long time of living on the streets. I scratch the scruffy hair on its shoulders, and Thatcher tolerates me with a disinterested glance. Thatcher might not be exactly as unfriendly as appearances would indicate, but then again, looks can be deceiving and all that. I don't want to push it any further, and I'm satisfied with that. The cat must have, at some point, been close to humans as well. Even I, in my utter incompetence, can tell that this isn't just a feral rover. Don't you think finding your keys would be your first first thing to do? Hmm. Ugh! I always make the wrong choices. That wasn't the perfect choice either. Cheer, but you're gonna pet it. Yep. I channel my inner stone face and don't move a muscle. Ember stands up and strokes its face against mine. I wait until I see its eyes starting to return to normal, from watery puppy eyes to regular lazy cat ones. That's the Ember, I know. I pet it on the head as a reward, like I'd promised to. I like to test the waters a bit to see if Ember would be interested in following me home. Ooh, wrong choice. That wasn't the perfect answer. Which one did I pick? I forgot. Okay. It might just be best to pick it up and see how it feels about it. It should give me an idea of how interested Ember is in coming with me. I stroke the cat's back and draw a quick breath, readying myself. I gently let my hands find a grip around Ember's body and lift the cat up and cradle it in my arms. on! Kitty got a home! I was hoping she won't mind. The owner lets out a huge laugh. Can't imagine she ever would. Say hello for me, I will. And I will keep you all updated on Ember. That's what I call it, by the way. I never found my keys, so they must be down by the canal. First, however, I must break the news to Roselle. I don't want to cause her a heart attack, so it's best if I warn her. Oh, and a kitty! Are we gonna end up rescuing all these cats if we get the perfect answers each time? Placing my hopes on that the setting sun will hit the keys just right and make them shine up. It's your keys, bro. Wrong one. The sun is still setting and I got no work tomorrow either, so I can safely stay a little longer and spend some time with Thatcher. I have a feeling that Thatcher isn't really much for cuddling a plane, but prefers just the company. How far we have gotten. Not a long time ago, it would have been crazy to be this close to Thatcher. The cat would probably have killed me. That must mean it trusts me pretty well now. The sun disappears in the horizon and reluctantly I make the decision that it's time to leave. Aww, baby kitties. Oh, snaps. Oh. Jesus. That's true. You have to gradually introduce them. Now we have 2 cats! Yay! So we just gotta get the kitten, right? That's the only other one we've met. I'm guaranteeing the kitten's owner is like moved or they died or something. It's in the tree. Oh no, kitty. Oh goodness. I leave my hand flat and the kitten grabs the treat and devours it in seconds. It really is hungry. Oh, poor Bobby. Oh. Sometime later. Oh, all the kiwis. Did I do it? Nothing's happening. What? Oh. There's more pictures. Look at it. Oh, the kitties. I did